Hello, and welcome to this demo of Verdocs for the Power Platform. In this quick video, I'm going to show you how to utilize the Power Automate custom connectors and the Power App component for Verdocs. First up, we have the Power Automate custom connectors. When you download the solution and install the managed solution into your tenant, you will have the ability to access these custom connectors as you can see here. These are premium connectors, so you will need premium licensing in order to use these connectors for your Power Automate Flow account. So let's take a look at what you can do with these connectors. I'm going to start with these three because this is pretty important in terms of the other functions of the Power Automate connectors. First, before you perform any Verdocs action, you have to log in your flow. So any Verdocs flow that you build in Power Automate needs this login action step. You will have to provide a client ID and a client secret for your account in order to do that. To get this client ID and secret, go to verdocs.com, go to your settings, go to API keys, hit create key, give it a name, hit OK, and it will spit out a client ID as well as a secret. The secret is only displayed one time, so be sure that you copy paste and save that secret key. Once you've logged in, you have the ability to do different actions. The first two that we're going to list here in our flow are get templates and get envelopes. All you have to do is put your cursor in the box and select access token for here and access token for here. What these are going to do is give you the list of your Verdocs document templates as well as all of the envelopes that you have pending completed in your system. So you could output this into an HTML table or an Excel file or however you want to do it. It will be apparent why you need these in a minute. So we're going to hit save on this flow and we are going to run it. All right, our flow succeeded. So we've logged in, it took our client ID, it took our secret, and it gave us an access token. From here, we're able to get a list of the different templates associated with this account. You see that there's an ID, the name of the template, when was it created, when was it last used, the token, the organizational ID, can you send it, is it personal, is it a public template, who's the sender, in this case the creator, and then here's where we get some magic. Right here is the template ID. This is going to be used not just in Power Automate flows, but also in your Power Apps. Next, we get a list of all of our envelopes. So you can see you get the returns and you want the envelope document ID. So I'm going to copy and paste these to Notepad real quick so that we have them. All right. Let's make sure we've got this. Oops. We only want this. Very important. And then we're also going to get this. Okay, so now let's go back to our workflow and let's make a couple of changes. So let's edit. And to use or create these action steps, when you choose an operation, you're going to go to the Custom tab and select Verdocs. Now you have your list of your different actions that you can take. So if we add get template by ID, we're going to put in the template ID that we got in our get template flow above. We're also going to provide the access token. We're also going to build in the ability to cancel an envelope. You can also create one, but I'm going to show that last. So let's cancel envelope. Our envelope ID is this access token is here. And then in the actions step, we're just going to put the word cancel. And this would cancel your envelope that is out. Now, why would you use these? This is really for end-to-end business processes. If you're trying to do a lot of custom work, you're trying to create e-signature signing sessions, you're trying to cancel sessions based on different information that occurs, this would give you that ability and have full control over your signatures that are out for that official documentation. Now, everything else here, I could run these again, but let's just get rid of cancel. And we want get template by ID. So let's say we wanted to build in the ability to create an envelope based on an action. If we have our template ID, we can come in here and put that in. We've got our template ID. And then because we have these different roles, we can even add new roles. So session signer 1, session signer 2, and we can map those things either manually by putting in email addresses, full names, role name, ID, or we can pull some of this information from the fact that we're getting the template ID. So when we run this flow, it would get our template and then it would create an envelope and we can customize how that works. So that gives you a pretty good overview of how to use these Power Automate connectors. Now let's switch over to Power Apps. So what we have here is a very basic mobile form for this demo. All it is here for is to show functionality of how this would work, and then I'm going to show you how to configure it. So let's say that you have a sales invoicing form, you're out in the field and you need to get an e-signature and you also need to generate the invoice for that e-signature. If you have Verdocs document templates, you have your template ID, you can build a Power App with the fields that you need to capture. So you could have information about your products, your product IDs, and go as detailed as you want in your app. Just be sure that you're able to capture the customer name, the customer email, whoever needs to be a part of this signing session. When we go in here, and let's just say this is Joe Customer 23, we save this record, edit this record, we have all of this information here, and it's actually tied in the back end to a document template from Verdocs. So if I hit Verdocs me, it's actually going to pull the information out of this Power App and is going to insert it into a Verdocs document template and send it out for signature. Now, how does that work? Remember that Power Automate flow that we showed you to get a template ID. When you add this control to Power Apps using your insert and then your ability to add the code components, and because we already used it, we're not going to see it again. So we have it, we select it, we can name the envelope, and then we need to put our template ID in here. When we click Advanced, this is where we would map the properties that are associated with that template that we've created. So if you've got contact phone, this would be, let's just for the sake of argument, call it PO number. And so we're just mapping fields, but really what we want is the data card value. So we would grab this, we would grab this, dot value. That right there is going to map the phone number to this data card value. Same for email. If we grab this, we see that this is our data card. We go back, and if we want to add customer email, you see right here, we've got data card value 10. So all of that is here. It's ready to go. When you publish your app, your end users don't need to know, but that's how the Verdocs for Power Platform, Power Automate connectors, and Power App components work.